This is pretty cool. In Ezekiel 11, it says, "And the glory of the Lord went up from the midst of the city, and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city." You ever seen pictures of Jerusalem? You see in the pictures usually the golden dome, which is unfortunately a Muslim mosque now. It's called the Mosque of Omar. That's the golden dome, but that's where Isaac was taken by Abraham to be offered. That's Mount Moriah. That's the point, the pinnacle of Mount Moriah. The reason why it's so called, and I put in quotation marks, holy place for the Muslims, is because they think Abraham took Ishmael there to be offered. Foolish lies. God had Abraham take Isaac there, of course. But the point is, the mountaintop from which those pictures are taken of the city of Jerusalem, you see the eastern gate there. That's the east side of the city. That's what's called the eastern gate. See the eastern gate that's sealed, that we'll read about later on in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 44, I believe, where it talks about that gate being sealed. But this mountain is where those photographs are taken, where it's talking about here. "And the glory of the Lord went up from the midst of the city, and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city." And I might have this one wrong, but I think, it's called the Mount of Olives, right? Yeah. And I think that was where the ascension of Jesus took place. And isn't it interesting? Because afterward the Spirit took me up and brought me to the vision of the Spirit of God into Chaldea. So he was raised up, went up, and that's where Jesus went up to heaven. Interesting.